Blaming her all the years that you were.
Welcome to Britches and Hose production of William Shakespeare's Macbeth. Please silence all cell phones and other noise-making devices. In the event of an emergency, run, do not walk to the nearest exit. Flash photography and video recording are strictly prohibited. There will be one 15-minute intermission with light refreshments. However, please do not bring those refreshments back into the auditorium. Thank you, and enjoy Macbeth.
When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burly's done and the battle's lost and won.
That will be ere set of sun.
Where the place?
Upon the heath, there to meet with Macbeth.
I come, Grey Malkin.
Had it calls.
Anon. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air.
What bloody man is that? He can report as seemeth by his plight of the revolt in his state.
This is the sergeant who, like a good and hearty soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, great friend!
Say to the king the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their earth. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, for to that the multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him. From the east of kerns and gallows glasses is supplied, and nature on his damned quarrel smiling showed like a rebel's sword. But all's too weak, for brave Macbeth, well he deserves that name. With his brandished steel which smoked with bloody execution like valor's minion, carved out his passage till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands nor bade farewell to him, till they unseamed him from the nave to the chops, and fixed his head upon her battlements.
Oh, valiant cousin, worthy gentleman.
As when the sun gets his reflection, shipwracking storms and direful thunders break, so from that spring whence comfort seemed to come discomfort swells. Mark, King of Scotland, mark, no sooner justice had, with valor armed, compelled these skipping kerns to trust their heels, but the Norwegian lord surveying vantage, with furbished arms and new supplies of men began a fresh assault.
Dismayed not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
Yes, the sparrows, the eagles, or the hair of the lion. If I say sooth, I must report they were as cannons overcharged with double cracks, so they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe. Lest they meant to bathe in reeking wounds or memorize another gong in the eye cannot tell. Oh, but I have faith. Oh, my gosh, is great for help.
So well thy words become me as thy wounds. They smack of honor both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross!
What a haste look through his eyes. So she looked and seems to speak things strange.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy thing?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict. Till that Bellona's bridegroom, lapped in proof, confronted him with self-comparisons. Point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirits. And to conclude, the victory fell on us!
Great happiness!
That now we know the Norway's king craves composition, nor would we deign him burial of his men till he dispersed at St. Column's Inch $10,000 to our general use.
No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go,
and munch. Give me, quoth I. All right, you witch, the rump-fed Runyon cried. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master of the tiger. And in a sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll give thee wind.
Thou art kind.
And I another.
I myself have all the other, and the very ports they blow, all the corners that they know in the shipman's card. I will drain him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He will live, a man forbid. Wearisome nights, 9 times 9 shall he dwindle, peak, and pine. Though his bark cannot be tossed, yet it shall be tempest-tossed.
Look what I have.
Oh, show me, show me. Here, I have a pilot's thumb, wrapped as homeward he did come.
A drum! A drum! Macbeth doth come.
The weird sisters, hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, thus to go about, thrice to thine, and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9 pieces. The charms wound up.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
How far is called to Boris? What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire that look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet are I. Live you? Or are you aught that man may question? Well, you seem to understand me, but each at once her choppy finger laying upon her skinny lips. You should be women, but your beards forbid me to interpret you also.
Speak, if you can. What are you?
All hail, Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Glamis!
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail, Macbeth! Thou shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are you fantastical, or that which outwardly you show? My friend you greet with present grace and of great prediction, of royal having and of royal hope, but he seems rapt withal. To me, you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and see which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither begs nor fears your favors nor your hate.
Hail!
Hail! Hail!
Lesser than Macbeth, yet greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth all hail.
Say, you imperfect speakers, tell me more. By Simon's death, I know I'm Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of relief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, and why upon this blasted heath you stop our way with such prophetic greetings. Speak, I charge you!
The earth hath bubbles, as the water has. And these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air. That which seemed purple melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed?
Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too. When did not so?
To the self-same tune in words. And who is here? The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. And when he reads thy personal venture in the rebels' fight, his wonders and his praises do contend which should be thine or his. Silenced with that, in viewing o'er the rest of the self-same day, he finds thee in the stout Norwegian ranks, nothing afeard of what thyself didst make, strange images of death. As thick as tale came post with post, and every one did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee.
And for an earnest of a greater honor, he bade me, from him, call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition, hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Whether he was combined with those of Norway, or did line the rebel with hidden help and wantage, or that with both he labored in his country's wreck, I know not. But treasons, capital confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Longs and Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings, when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
That trusted home might yet unkindle you into the crown. Besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us to our arms, the instruments of darkness tell us truths. Win us with honest trifles to betray in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told, as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. Oh, thank you, gentlemen. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I not yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair, and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are worse than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner is wrapped.
If chance would have me king, why chance may crown me without my stir.
These new honors come upon him like our strange garments, cleave not to their mold, but by the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us to the king. Think upon what hath chanced, and at more time, the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts to each other.
Very gladly.
Till then, enough. Come, friends.
Is execution done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
Now these they are not yet come back. But I spoke with one who saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, employed your highness's pardon, and put forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like believing it. Dying as one that had been studied in his death, to throw away the dearest thing he owed us for a careless trifle.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. My worthiest Cawdor. The sin of my ingratitude even now was heavy on me. Thou art so far before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Would thou hadst less deserved, that the proportion both of thanks and payment might have been mine. Only I have left to say, more is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing pays itself. Your highness part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state but children and servants, which do but what they should in doing everything safe toward your love and honor.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, thou hast no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest, know we will establish our estate upon our eldest Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland, which honor must not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of nobleness like stars shall shine on all deservers. From hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
The rest is labor that is not used for you. I'll make myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my life with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy Condor.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down, or else o'er leap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires. The eye winketh the hand. Yet let that be what the eye fears when it is done to see.
True worthy Banquo, he is full so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let after him, whose care is gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned from the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanish. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with, "Hail, King that shalt be." This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay to thy heart. Farewell. Longs thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. But thou wouldst highly, then wouldst thou holily. Wouldst not play false, and yet wouldst wrongly win. Thou'st have great Bloms, that which cries out, "Thus thou must do," if thou would have it, or that which rather thou dost fear to do than wishes should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate in metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is thy tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who were so would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true. Our Thane is coming.
one of my fellows had speed of him, who, almost dead for breath, had scarcely more than would make up his message.
Give him 10 ping. He brings great news. The raven himself is horse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and dead. Come to my women's breasts and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall me in the dully smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold! Hold! Great longs, worthy Condor, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me from this ignorant presence, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall the sun that morrow see. Your face, my thane, is as a book, where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. We are welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further.
Only look up there. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
Fall in!
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself unto our gentle senses.
This guest of summer, the temple-haunting martlet, does approve by his loved mansion read that the heaven's breath smells wooingly here. No jutty, frieze, buttress, nor coign of vantage, but this bird hath made his pendant bed and procreate cradle. Where they most breed and haunt, I have observed that the air is delicate.
See, our honored hostess, the love that follows us, sometimes our trouble, which still we thank is love. Herein I teach you how you shall bid God gild us for your pains, and thank us for your trouble.
All our service in every point twice done, and then done double, were poor and single business to contend with those honors deep and broad, wherewith your highness loads our house. To those of old, and to the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your hermits.
Where is the Thane Condor? We coursed him at the heels, and had a purpose to be his purveyor. But he rides well, and his great love, sharp as his spur, hath helped him to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants evers have theirs themselves, and what is theirs in comp to make their audit at your highest pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly and shall continue our graces toward him. By your leave, hostess.
when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence, and catch with his surcease success, that but this blow might be the be-all and end-all here, but here upon this bank and shoal of time. We jump the life to come, but in these cases we still have judgments here. If we but teach bloody instruction, which being taught returns to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of the poison chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then, as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtue shall plead like angels' trumpet tongue against the deep damnation of his taking off. And pity, like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the... How now? What news?
He has almost stopped. Why have you left the chamber?
Have you asked for me?
No, you not. He has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Had it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? For this time such I count thy love. Art thou feared to be the same knight, and act in valor as thou art in desire? Or wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would like the old cat of the alley?
Pretty peace! I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then were you a man. You'd be so more than what you were, you'd be so much more than man. Nor time nor place did then appear, and yet you would make both. They do make themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given some, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, so patterns of swine as you have done to this! If we should fail, we fail! But screw your courage to the sticking place and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him. His two chamberlains will I with wine and wassail so convince, in memory the word of the brain shall be of few. In the receipt of reason, the limbic only. When in the swinish sleep their drenching natures lies as in a death. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers who must bear the guilt of our great cloud?
Bring forth men, children only. For thy undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood these sleepy two of his own chamber, and use their very daggers, that they have done it?
Who dares receive it other? And we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death.
I and mock the time as fairish show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I'm not near the clock.
And she goes down at 12.
I take it 'tis later then, sir.
Hold! Take my sword.
Oh.
There's husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out.
Take me that too.
Heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet would not sleep. Merciful powers restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend.
What, sir, not yet at rest? The king's abed. He hath been in unusual happiness, and sent forth great largesse to your offices. Oh, this diamond he grants your wife withal by the name of most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless content.
Being unprepared, our will became servant to defect, which else should free have brought.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the 3 weird sisters. To you, they have showed some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we would entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kind's pleasure.
You shall plead to my consent when 'tis, and shall make honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, but keep my bosom franchised and my allegiance clear, I shall be counseled.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. The like to you.
Go bid thy mistress, when my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not. And yet I see thee still. Art thou not, fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as that which I now draw. Thou marshalst me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Ugh, mine eyes were made the fools of the other senses. Or else, worth all the rest. I see thee still. And on thy blade and dudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing! It is the bloody business that informs thus to mine eyes. Now over the one-half world nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howls his watch, thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides, towards his design moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm-set earth, hear not my steps which way they walk? for fear my very stones prate of my whereabouts, and take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. Whilst I threat he lives, words to the heat of deed too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell, which summons thee to heaven, or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark! Peace! It was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives the sternest good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possums, that death and nature contend about them whether they live or die.
Who's there? What ho?
Alack! I am afraid they are awaked, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark! I laid their daggers ready, who could not miss them. I do not resemble my fathers if they had slept. I had done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did you not speak?
When? Now, as I descended, hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Donalbain!
This is a sorry sight.
Foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one who did laugh in his sleep, and one cried murder, that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and addressed them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other. As they had seen me with these hangman's hands listing their fear, and I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more, Macbeth does murder, sleep! The innocent sleep, sleep that knits up the raveled sleep of care, the death of each day's life, sore labors, bath, fall of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still it cried, sleep no more to all the house. Glums hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? My worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of these things. Go. Get some water, and wash this filthy witness from your hands. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go and smear the sleepy criminals with blood.
I'll go no more. I am afraid to think what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose. Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. It is the very eye of childhood to fear a painted devil. If he do bleed, or gild the faces of the grooms with blood, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? and wash this blood clean from my hand. No. This will my hand rather the multitudinous seas in Carnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. Hark, I hear knocking at the south entry. Retire into our chamber. A little water clears the social steam. How easy is it? Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Go, get your nightgown, lest occasion calls to show speed watchers. Do not be lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, were best not know myself.
Wake up, get with thy knocking! I would thou couldst.
Here's a knocking indeed. If man were porter of Hellgate, he should have old turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Here's a farmer. Hang yourself. Of expectation of plenty. Come in time. Have napkins. Enough of that sheet. He's a straightforward! Not who's the name of the other devil. Here's an equipped faith. Here's an equipped care. Who can sway in both scales against either scale? And committed treason enough for God's sake, but still could not put to heaven. Where's your left? Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? An English tailor. Come hither for stealing out at French hose. Come in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock. Never quiet. Too cold in here, pal. I will tell Porter it no further. I had thought to let in some of all the professions, go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. No, 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 no. Remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
We were carousing, sir, to the second cock. And drink is a great provoker of three things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Oh, marry, sir. Nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir, provokes and provokes a desire and takes away performance. Therefore, might lechery be said to be an equivocator, for strong drink to be an equivocator to lechery. It makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in his sleep, giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
Yeah, you did, sir. Well, I threw the lie back in his own teeth, you see. Now he being stronger than me, or I being stronger than him, though he did take up my leg somewhat, I made a shift to throw him.
Is thy master stirring? Ah, our knocking has awakened. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Is the king stirring, worthy thing?
Not yet.
When he did command me to call timely on him, I have almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in physics pain. This is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does! He did appoint so.
The night. It's been unruly. Where we play, our chimneys were gone down. And, as they say, lamentings heard in the air. Strange screams of death. Accents terrible. Dire combustion and confused events new hatched to the woeful time. The obscure bird clamored the live long night. Some say the earth was feverish and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Horror. Because your heart cannot conceive nor name thee.
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke out the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building.
What is to say, the life?
Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new Gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See, and then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason. Banquo! And Donald Bain, Malcolm, awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself. Up! Up! And see the great doom's image. Malcolm and Banquo, as from your graves, rise up and walk like sprites to countenance this horror. Ring the bell!
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of this house? Speak! Speak!
Gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo! Banquo. Our royal master's murdered.
Whoa! Alas! What, in our house?
Too cruel anywhere. Dear Duff, I prithee, contradict thyself and say it is not so.
If I had died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. But from this instant, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere lees is left this hall to brag of.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murder! Oh. By whom?
Those of his chamber, as it seemed, have done it. Their hands and faces were all badged with blood. So were their daggers, which done white we found upon their bellies. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you, sir?
Who could be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition of my violent love outrun the pause of reason. There lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed stabs looked like a breach in native for ruin's wasteful entrance. There, the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make love known? Help me, Hex!
Oh, look to the lady.
Why do we hold our tongues that mostly claim this argument for ours?
Should be spoken here, where if it hid and an unholy Russian sees us. Let's go away. Our tears are not yet crude.
There are some sorrow upon the foot of motion.
Look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer an exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God stand I, and thence against the undivulgent pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So all.
Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Well contented. What will you do? Let's not consort with that. The show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. Out to England.
To Ireland, I. Our separated fortune will keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles. The nearer in blood, the nearer the bloody.
This murderous shaft that shot had not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid the inn. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave taking, but shift away. This warrens in that theft that steals itself, and there's no mercy left.
Ten! I can remember it well. Within the volume of which time I've seen our dreadful things strange. But this sort may have trifling foreknowledge.
Ah, good father, thou seest the heavens as troubled with man's act, threatens his bloody stage. By the clock, 'tis day, and yet dark night strangles the traveling lamp. Is it night's predominance, or the day's shame, that darkness does the face of earth entomb, when living light should kiss it?
'Tis unnatural, even like the thing that's done. On Tuesday last, the falcon, towering in her pride of place, was by a mousing owl hawked and killed.
And Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain, beauteous and swift, the minions of their race, turned wild in nature, broke their stalls, flung out, contending against obedience, as they would make war with mankind.
'Tis said they eat each other.
They did so, to the amazement of mine eyes that looked upon it. Oh, here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world, sir, now? Why, see you not? Is it known who did this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth hath slain.
Alas the day, what good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of deed.
Against nature still, thriftless ambition that will raven up thine own life's means. Then
'Tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth. He is already named, and gone to Scone to be invested. Where is Duncan's body? Carried to Colmkill, sacred storehouse of his predecessors, and guardian of their bones. Will you to Scone? No, cousin, I'll to fight. Well, I will thither. Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu, lest our old roads sit easier than our new. Farewell, father. God's medicine be with you. And with those who would make good or bad, friends or foes. Thou hast it now. King, Cawdor, Glaucus. All as the weird women promised. And I fear thou playedst most foully for it. Yet, it was said, it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine, why, by the verities on thee made good, may they not also be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? Hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest. If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming. Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with a most indissoluble tie forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon.
Aye, my good lord.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow, when therewithal we shall have cause of state craving us jointly. Hie you to your horse. Adieu till you return at night. Goes Cleonce with you?
Aye, my good lord. Our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and so I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. To make society the sweeter welcome, we will keep ourselves till supper time alone. Well then, God be with you. Sierra, the word is you. Attend to those men, our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares, and to that dauntless temper of his mind he hath a wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. There is none but he whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then, prophet-like, they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and put a barren scepter in my grip, thence to be rent with an unlineal hand. No son of mine succeeded. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. For them, the gracious Duncan, have I murdered. Put rancors in the vessel of my peace only for them. And mine eternal jewel given to the common enemy of man to make them kings. The seed of Banquo kings. Rather than so, come fate into the list and champion me to the utterance. Who's there?
and stay there till we call. Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was. So please, Your Highness.
Highness. Well then, now have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he in times past which held you so under fortune, which you had thought had been our innocent self. This I made good to you at our last conference, passed in probation with you, how you were borne in hand, how crossed, the instruments, who wrought with them, and all things else that might, to have a soul and to a notion crave, say, thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your natures that you can let this go? Are you so gospeled to pray for this good man and for his issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
I, in the catalogue ye go for men, as hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, choughs, water rugs, and denny wolves are clept all by the name of dogs. The valued file distinguishes the swift, the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, every one according to the gifts which bounteous nature hath in him clothed. Whereby he does receive particular addition from the bill that writes them all alike, and so of men. Now, if you have a station in the file not in the worst rank of manhood, say it, and I will put that business in your bosoms whose execution takes your enemy off, rackles you to the heart and love of us, who wear our health but sickly in his life, which in his death were perfect.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world hath so incensed that I am reckless what I do to spite the world.
And I another, so weary with disasters, tugged with fortune, that I would set my life on any chance to mend it, or be rid on it.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy?
True.
My lord.
So is he mine, in such bloody distance that every moment of his being thrusts against my nearest of life. And though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my sight and bid my will avouch it, yet I must not, for certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but wail his fall, whom I myself struck down. Thus it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
Oh, we will, my lord, perform what you command us.
Though our lives...
Your spirit shine through you. Within the hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves. Acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time, the moment on it, for it must be done tonight, and something from the palace. Always thought that I require a clearness. And with him, to leave no rubs nor botches in the work. Leon's, his son, who keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved.
My lord.
I'll call upon you straight. Abide within.
Oh!
It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Is Banquo gone from court? Aye, madam, but returns again tonight. Say to the king I would attend to his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
destroy, than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. Now, my lord, why do you keep alone? How sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died on day they think on. Things without all remedies should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scorched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor malice remains in danger of her former tooth. Oh, but let the frame of things disjoined, both the world suffer ere we will eat our meal in fear, or sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we to gain our peace have sent to peace, and on the tortures of a mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan's in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. Nor steel, nor poison, malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him.
Come on, gentle my lord. As they bore your rugged looks, be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love. And so, I pray, be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence, both with eye and tongue. Unsafe the while, that we must lave our honors in these flattering streams, and make our faces visards to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowst that Banquo and his fleance lives.
But in them nature's copy, not a turn.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. Then be thou jocund, ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, ere two black Hecate summons the shard-born beetle with his drowsy hum hath rung night's yawning peal. There shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applauds the deed. Come, sealing night, scarp up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Life thickens, and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, while night's black agents to their prey do rouse. Thou marvelst at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
But who did bid thee join with us?
Macbeth! He needs not our mistrust, since he delivers to us our offices and what we have to do to the direction just.
Then stand with us. The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day. Thus spurs the lated traveler apace to gain the timely inn, and near approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark, I hear horses.
Give us a light there, come.
'Tis he! The rest that are within the note of expectation already are in the court.
His horses go about.
Almost a mile, but he's as usually. So all men do, from hence the palace gate, make it their walk.
A light! A light! Oh, 'tis he!
Stand to it.
It'll be rain tonight.
Let it come down.
Oh, treachery!
the light. Was not the way. There's but one down. The sun has fled.
We have lost best half of our affair.
Well, let's be gone and say how much is done.
And